As the first rays of the morning sun peeked over the horizon, casting a golden glow over the vast mountains of the eastern province, the air crackled with anticipation. The Ncwala traditional ceremony, an event deeply rooted in the cultural fabric of the Ngoni people of eastern province, led by Paramount Chief Mpezeni IV, had come. Every last Saturday of February each year, the ancient rhythms of the Ngoni people come alive in the vibrant celebration of the Ncwala traditional ceremony in Chipata, Eastern Province. In this age-old tradition where history, culture and community converge, the rituals start with an event called Ncwala, an activity that involves Paramount Chief Mpezeni receiving fresh crops of the year's harvest from his subjects at Feni, Ipendukeni Palace, bordering Malawi. Formalities of receiving fresh crops of the year's harvest at Feni mark the beginning of the procession by Paramount Chief Mpezeni from Ipendukeni Palace to Laweni in Kapala village, a 45-kilometer journey. The Paramount Chief of the Ngoni, also known as Ngwenyama, Inkosi Yamankosi, in the royal address, uses this procession to greet his subjects as he prepares for the main ceremony 2 days later. During the parade through Umozi Highway in Chipata, formerly known as Fort Jameson, Ngoni warriors known as Impis march ahead of the Paramount Chief, engaging in regular chants that echo through the air, reminiscent of victory shouts by their ancestors as they conquered various tribes along the way in their migration from KwaZulu-Natal in South Africa, moving upwards to the north of Africa. This symbolic movement of the Paramount Chief from Feni to Laweni in Mtengoleni, which is the Ngoni headquarters, is one of the most significant activities of the ceremony that draws multitudes from far and near to get a glimpse of the leader of the Ngoni people. David Njengembaso Jerry, who is Mpezeni IV, presides over 9 other Ngoni chiefs in Eastern Province and has reigned on the throne since 1982. At Laweni Palace in Kapala village, the Paramount Chief spends time here commemorating the Ncwala while meeting various guests from both Zambia and beyond the borders of the country. The Ngonis use this time of the year to express gratitude to God for giving them fresh crops in the fields. The Ncwala is also used as an occasion to pay homage to Ngoni ancestors while commemorating victories during tribal wars as they migrated from South Africa.
We happened to be amongst those that were trekking from down south to where we are now. But initially, the Ngoni figurehead was Zwangendawa. Zwangendawa is the man behind this group that are known as Ngonis now. And Zwangendaba is the father of all the Ngonis. Wherever you find Ngonis in Africa, definitely they will trace their roots from Zwangendaba. When he died, of course, he had several children, and his first-born son was Mpezeni, and this is our king here.
The spectacular Ncwala ceremony brings in one place Ngonis from Malawi, Mozambique, Swaziland, and South Africa. Other countries that participate include Tanzania, Kenya, Rwanda, and Zimbabwe.
The most important thing, number one, is that we are all descendants of King Zwangendaba. Mpezeni and Mberwa are all one, our parents being one. So for me it's very important to come here and join my brother, my elder brother, in commemorating their cultural function together with the people. So basically it is our function, because even when we have our functions in Mzimba, in Malawi, His Majesty Nkosi Mpezeni does grace our occasions.
Ifeyo timakhala na mtundu wa ngoni ku Mozambique, ndiponso takhala wokondwera zedi mfumu Mpezeni.
We are always happy to take part in this ceremony every year because we are one people, even though we are living in different countries. In our country, Mozambique, we also have Ngoni people who trace their roots to Zwangendaba. But what is important is the unity we foster among ourselves through these ceremonies.
Ngoni ali ku Mozambique, wena ngoni ali kuno ku Zambia, wena anso ali madera ena amaiko na pansi. Kometa bwera kuno zasangalala nawo chifukwa kuti mfundo ya ceremony ngati yoti tonse tizikhala ogwirizana pa dziko lapansi chikondwerero chachikulu zedi. Ndiponso tidapita kacheza nawo mfumu Mpezeni, ife tayikha dandaulo ako ngati amvula chaka chino kuli chilala ku Mozambique, kunonso kuchilipo chilala chimenezi ndeta tacheza nawo kuona kuti mfundo zili ngati boma tikhozochita kuti thandize mbumba zathu ku Mozambique ni kunonso ku Zambia.
On the 24th of February 2024, there was an added sense of excitement and pride to the Ncwala ceremony as President Hakainde Hichilema arrived at Laweni grounds in Mutenguleni to grace the Ngoni traditional ceremony. The head of state was received at Laweni by the Eastern Provincial Administration. Also on hand to receive the president were organizers of the Ncwala ceremony alongside several government ministers. This year's Ncwala ceremony came under the theme Cultural Pride in Promoting Reconciliation for National Unity. At Laweni Palace, the president immediately conferred with Paramount Chief Mpezeni on issues of mutual interest before proceeding to Mutenguleni grounds for the ceremony. President Hichilema arrived at the ceremonial grounds to cheers and applause from tribal leaders and the crowd that braved the scorching heat to witness this year's ceremony. The president and his delegation were entertained to an interlude of performances from MPs and several cultural performances from Zambia and other countries. Gwenyama, Paramount Chief Mpezeni, arrived at the arena in his usual grand style, accompanied by his royal entourage, which included Ngoni chiefs, advisors, and warriors to crown the Ncwala commemorations. In a keynote speech, President Hakainde Hichilema called for oneness beyond tribal lines in addressing pressing national matters.
Let me reinforce the theme of this ceremony: culture pride, promoting reconciliation and national unity. I want to draw on the theme of this ceremony by saying the presence of the multitudes here today clearly confirms that the theme is the right one: unity in this our lovely country. The presence of traditional leaders from all over Zambia, and truly, and for the people of this province know why I'm saying this, to have Senior Chief Mbangombe here representing the Chewa Kingdom is really most appreciated at this ceremony, and indeed others from elsewhere, including from other countries. I want to repeat my message. This country, Zambia, shall remain a unitary country. This country, Zambia, shall remain a unitary country. This president will not be the one that allows the country to divide. This president will walk KK's road to reunite this country, deepen our unity. We're already united, but we deepen our unity as one Zambia, one nation. As one Zambia, one Zambia. I urge all of us to reinforce this unity, especially when we have a drought like this. I must indicate that this government, Your Royal Highness Ngwenyama and other Royal Highnesses, will continue delivering infrastructure development as a backbone of our economic and social development. It's very important to reinforce the message that we committed, even when we were still in opposition in Ngwenyama, that when we come in office, the Chadiza-Chipata Road will be tarred. And I'm glad to confirm that in the 2024 budget, we provided for resources to tar the Chadiza-Chipata Road. So this road will be tarred. That's our commitment made long time ago and is now getting to be realized. Also, Ngwenyama, other traditional leaders from here, to confirm that the Katete Chanida Road is now firmly been contracted out and the works shall commence, if they've not commenced already, to tar that Katete Chanida on the Mozambique border. And I want to emphasize that to the governor of Tete province, wherever the governor is seated, that we want to make sure that our roads on the Zambian side are good, our roads on the Mozambican side are good, so we can engage in trade and investment, decent trade and investment between our two countries.
The Ngoni Royal Establishment praised President Hakainde Hichilema for taking the invitation to officiate at the 2024 Ncwala traditional ceremony amidst tight government programs.
We must remember that in the past, former President Jacob Zuma of South Africa, Professor Mutharika, President of Malawi, the Zulu Nation traditional Prime Minister Mangosuthu Buthelezi, the governor of Tete province who's here, the former Vice President of Malawi who's also here, have been in attendance throughout the years. This only demonstrates the ceremony's unique ability to foster unity and cultural pride beyond the borders of Zambia. Mr. President, this background provides a strong foundation, again, for the theme of the year, cultural pride in promoting reconciliation for national unity. Ladies and gentlemen, one may therefore ask, what further advice do I bring to the Zambian people this year And this is the message to all Zambians. Please remember that in the last 41 years that I've always sought to work closely with the government of the day. This is in recognition that no meaningful development can ever come to a people without close collaboration between traditional authorities and government structures. We should all be united around this belief so that we accelerate the much needed development for our people.
The Munikelo, which refers to the sacrificing of the black bull, is the pinnacle of the Ncwala that many patrons of the ceremony would not want to miss. With steady hands, an impi guides a sharp spear into the body of the bull. Another one quickly slits the throat of the animal with a razor-sharp knife as the life's flow of the bull spills into a vessel. The blood of the animal is given to Paramount Chief Mpezeni to drink. This is believed to be an act of atonement to appease ancestors. This year's proceedings of the Ncwala ceremony took place under a severe scorching sun that had been battering the country for 1 month, leading to crop failure and a drought that has affected the whole country. The searing rays of the sun in the Ncwala arena beat down on the thousands of patrons who had braved the oppressive heat to witness the celebrations of the Ngoni heritage. Suddenly, following the Munikelo, the sacrificing of the black bull, the heavens opened, unleashing an overflow upon the land. February 24, 2024 faded, and the sun dipped below the horizon, leaving streaks of crimson and gold in its wake. So the 2024 Ncwala ceremony had come and gone, but the words of unity captured in the theme, cultural pride in promoting reconciliation for national unity, still linger on.
Wayete nkosi yamankosi, wayete jengembaso, tirandireni ngwenyama, tisogoleleni ngwenyama, tirandireni ngwenyama, tisogoleleni ngwenyama, ngwenyama.
Kumawa kwa sukufumira zuwa.